Hey guys, welcome back to the first video. This is the video we're gonna start, or I'm gonna start towards photography journey, and I'll be having a series of video explaining you about the photography techniques and basically like a follow-up to the basic photography program which you've just attended. This video will be given to you, or you can just find it online, where explanation will be done on whatever experiments I have done in photography. I never learned photography as a course or as a profession. It's all the experiments I've done till date towards photography for the last 10 years. So I'm putting it together as a training for the last 5 years. Now I'm coming up with my own documentation, or you can call it a book, a PDF, a reference with a video, which actually goes side by side with that, so that I write about it and then I talk about it. So this is the whole idea of this. So in Bangalore and Pune in India, I do a lot of trainings on basic photography, especially in manual mode, for the very cheap and lowest price, because money is something which can come and go, but not the knowledge. So I'm here to share my knowledge towards photography as such. I'm working IT professional. I work for cloud computing and middleware technologies. I also do photography as part-time because this is something digital, and I'm very interested in all the computer and computer related accessories. And photography for me is opportunity for us, which we can do what you cannot do in real life, like for example capturing a moment. So can you do it in real life? Can you freeze a moment? We can't do it. So this is the only way we can go back on time, and we can just review the stuff which we did, the mistakes we did, the good memories we had. So all those things you can do only via digital computing, but not in real life. So photography to me is a wonderful gift from our ancestors. So we need to tell people about it, educate them, and make use of this as much as you can, because photography is a gift, and that should be enjoyed by everyone else. So that's the main agenda for this training to even start with. So let's jump into this first question, which I ask to every class of mine when we start about the basic photography. The questions might be strange, but it has real effects on your real life or real day-to-day stuff. So the first question goes like this, that how can I see you? It's a very simple question. Now you have all the answers in front of you, but if you attended my training, you would understand it. It would be a real shock. I mean, what is he even talking about? I know, right? I mean, well, how can I see you? What does it mean? I mean, it's quite shocking. I understand, but what is this property which has in your subject which lets you see? There are two types of visions according to what we can understand right now. There is one vision which based on light and darkness, which is how we see it. Another one is based on infrared, which is basically the reptiles and other animals uses to see the heat on the body, or the chillness on the body, with the blue color and heat being the red color, and most of the non-organic stuff doesn't have a color to it. So basically this is how we can understand the reality or understand the stuff. So basically that's more of like how we can see. So the first question answer, a lot of people answer different ways, but the answer which we are looking for is light. The light is a major component for you to see things. So light is what you make you to see things. The subject is so visible because of the light. If there is no light, let's just go back to 1800s, where there was no electricity invented. So all we were using in the night to light up is a candle. So you're using a candle, and there is no candle at this point of time, and it's a no moon day. There is no moon outside. So if you're in any park or anywhere outside, you will not be able to see anything. People avoid traveling in the night time because there is no proper light, because in the night there will be animals who can sniff the odor of you, or they can see in their infrared vision. They'll come and attack you, because the night the predators are like more active. So light is the major stuff which lets you see through, right? So now you understood that light is the majority of the camera. How it works is through the light, and light is how you can see things. Now the next question would be like, will light is the only thing which makes you see things, is what I've asked you in the training, right? So what this means is that when you go back and you see the sun, and you click a picture of the sun, right? So the sun has actually the light provider for us in the daytime, because the sun's light is more than enough to lighten the hall or the entire room in a highly ventilated house, right? Because the light from the sun is enough for that. So if you just click a picture of the sun, it has the light, right? So now, is that enough? Is that all you need to get a picture? You will see like, no, I'll get a bright picture. I mean, it's not a good picture at all, right? So what I'm saying is like, light is not the only thing which makes you see. It's the combination of light and the combination of darkness. If you see there's too much of light in the room, you can't see things for a long time, because your eyes will be like super pained. Like for example, you turn off the light in the night before you sleep, and then you open your mobile. The mobile which you've been seeing for the entire day with the same brightness is kind of too bright for you, right? So you just try to reduce the brightness in your mobile. So what this means is like, light is not the only thing. Light and darkness is gonna get you the right picture you want. So I normally try to go for the scale example, which we will go eventually. But before that, light is the first thing. Subject is the second thing, where the light highlights. That's basically the subject. And then the camera, which is the source or the medium of capturing. The camera has two things in it, a lens and the body. So when you attach them together, it becomes a camera. So the light works like this. The light enters the camera in the mouth of the camera and exits through the back, and then it reaches the mirror, and after the shutter, and after the sensor, and after the processor, and then to the memory card, and to the LCD screen. So this is how the entire components of your camera works. So if you just see what it is inside, you can just go to Google and then type in like the X-ray image of a camera. You can see what's inside that. Basically whatever I said is going to be part of it. There's nothing magical in there. That's why I really love cameras and accessories related to it. The next thing is like, let's just understand the scale, shall we? So this light, I said light is not just enough, but also darkness, right? So let's just say that the scale, there is a scale. Think of a scale in front of you, and scale has two sides to it, right? There is the starting point of the scale and ending point of the scale. Now the starting and ending point may change with the perspective of you looking at it. Alright, so this scale has a positive and a negative side to it. So the positive side is on the right side, the negative side is on the left side. So most of the scale which is in your camera will be in the positive right and negative left. Sometimes some camera manufacturers alternate this, but there is an option, I'm pretty sure, in your camera which is under the menu, and that option lets you change the position of positive and negative. Always keep the positive on the right side and negative on the left side. Now if you ask me which is good, well, the positive says it's positive, so it should be good. The negative says it's negative, it should be bad. Well, nothing like that. Again, there is no good and bad here, and there is a good and bad in the world either, because if you go to the either side of this argument, you will get to know the good and bad differs a lot. Depends on the argument which side you are in, because everyone has a good side of their argument and bad side of the argument. You just blame others, but it has nothing to do with the scale here. Alright, so you have this positive and the negative side on either side of the scale, which is pretty simple, and The positive side tells you about how bright the picture is, and the negative side tells you about how dark the picture is. So the bright side means basically like overexposed, a technical term, and the dark side, we call it the underexposed. You got it? So you have these two sides to the scale. Now when you keep this picture, the picture which you're seeing, right, every one of them tells you the same thing. So which side would you put your picture in, either in the positive side or in the negative side? Well,